This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Friday, September the 10th, race number 6 at Woodbine. Here's the field for the Zadracarta Stakes, 5 furlongs on the inner turf. It's 100 grander for Ontario-bred fillies and mares. Download free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. Summer Sunday, 5-2 on the morning line. She is a graded stakes winner on the turf, and she doesn't compete on the surface that much.
Yeah, it's sort of amazing. She's got really good synthetic form. Her 2 turf races, they only tried it twice with her, Dan. One was a really nice win in the Royal North. They came back to try to defend her title in that race last year. It didn't go quite as well. I guess she's the horse to beat in here.
Let's throw up the Timeform US pace projector. She's got tactical speed Summer Sunday. She is expecting to be sitting second off of Spanish Ballerina. That was the case the last time these two faced off over a synthetic track going 6. Summer Sunday beat Spanish Ballerina, was run down late that day. Spanish Ballerina might have a slight edge at 5.
It might. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do here, Dan, because, personally, obviously, Spanish Ballerina's going. She's a fast horse who likes to use her speed. I would be surprised if they tried to not make the lead with Summer Sunday this time. I mean, I think it's pretty clear going through her form. She's a better horse when she's right up there, part of the pace. So I don't know. Maybe she's not fast enough going 5. I think they gotta go.
Let's watch Spanish Ballerina's last race, going 5/8 of a mile on this surface at Woodbine. She made the lead. She's turning into the stretch with the lead, and it takes a nice horse to run her down. The winner of this race, Betwixting, would come right back to win a stake at Presque Isle Downs on the synthetic with an 80 buyer. That would make it 4 in a row for Betwixting. Spanish Ballerina had held okay for second.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to look at the race and just say, listen, she was in against a hot horse there and just got run down by a horse who's better than anything she's facing here. And this is a better spot for her. All right. I mean, I guess I'll go with that. I get that Betwixting's in really good form right now. That was a bad loss last time. She was absolutely loose on the lead in there. Nobody went after her. The pace was not that fast. And Betwixting ran by her with little trouble in that race at all, Dan. Maybe she'll run better in here. I don't know. I didn't like that loss, and I didn't really want a short price on her.
Amalfi Sky is 2 for 2 since Kevin Attard put Lasix on, including the win in her turf debut. Let's watch that. Non-winners of one other than event at Woodbine last month. Pretty good trip here. Was able to save ground throughout under Gallardo, alters course outside of the pace setter, and runs on by readily. Buyers continue to improve. This filly is all upside, but she faces older horses for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly things working against her. This was a pretty good performance, a really good trip, but also wins very easily at the end. So it feels like, she took another step forward in there. You don't have to worry about her switching to turf now because she showed that she can handle it. And she's just one of the few horses in here who you feel like could really improve again. And if she does, why can't she contend here at a price?
Significant cutback in distance for the 3. She's a dream. Let's watch her last start. 2 turns, 7.5 furlongs over the inner at Woodbine. Sat just off of the pace, is going to grind it out and just miss by a head. Josie Carroll's going to put the blinkers on this time around.
Yeah, cut her all the way back to 5. I wonder how that's going to work out for her. We'll see, Dan. I tried really, really hard to like her in here, especially if she's going to be around that morning line price, mostly because I don't really care for the favorites in this race. But, we'll see. It's a really tough cutback for her. And overall, I just don't like her races enough. I thought she ran fine last time. I just don't like her races enough. And so I couldn't talk myself into her.
Sav, the number 4, claimed for 62.5 out of her most recent start. She finished behind a couple of horses in this race on that day. We saw that effort. Spanish Ballerina was second. Sav finished 5th. Gonna have to do a little better.
Yeah, didn't run great last time. Claimed now by a pretty high percentage guy. So maybe that'll make some kind of a difference for her. She certainly has the races to contend here. I'm not going to knock this horse if she's around the morning line.
Here's Sterling Speed, the number 5, runner-up last time out, going 5/8 of a mile. She came from off the pace with a good effort, and it just seems like ever since they've come back this form cycle with her, she's put one good effort after another. Maybe she's a little bit slow on paper, but this pace could be solid for her.
It could set up the right way for her. She is, based on figures, she is going to have to improve again to be able to go with these horses. I don't know if she has to improve by a ton, but she does have to improve. I agree with you. I think she's come back as a 4-year-old, and she's way better than she was at 3. Her win-2 back was a really nice performance. Once she got room in there, she really accelerated to the front. I thought she got a terrible ride last time and was probably best that day. Just gave away too much early position and couldn't make it up.
Helen Wild has done good work on synthetic, but I have a feeling she might be better on the turf. Her race 2 starts back for 60 was okay, only missed by a nose. The race before that resulted in an 87 Beyer speed figure. The turf race before that, last time out on synth, chasing a solid pace. This one might work out a decent enough trip here under Patrick Husbands. I could see her sitting 2nd or 3rd early.
I agree. I can see her getting a good trip in this race. They're coming back to turf again. She's another one who probably will be one of the shorter prices in here, who just doesn't race on this surface often at all. When she won that race last October going 6, man, did she get a perfect trip in that race. But she also ran a figure that's going to make her tough.
Let's watch Millennium Force's victory last time out. Optional claiming events, 2nd time up at Woodbine for this barn. Sat in behind the leaders, is going to split horses right here. You're going to see Sterling Speed come in the red cap to finish 2nd. Millennium Force saved a little bit more ground, got a little bit better early position, and that might have made all the difference.
Yeah, I thought it did make the difference. This horse I ran fine in this race, though, because she, was holding off Sterling Speed down to the wire there, but she just got such a good trip in there, Dan. A really heads-up ride to get forward early because that pace was not fast, and she got right up close on the backstretch, and then you saw her work out the perfect split in the stretch.
Summer Sunday, again, graded stakes winner on the turf, does most of her running on the synthetic. However, this will be her 3rd start of the year. And if you want to argue that she's slowly racing her way back into form, you can. Here's her effort last time out against stakes horses in the Ballade over synthetic. You see down in the blue and yellow, that is Spanish Ballerina, who made the lead. Summer Sunday took over with pretty much no issue at the quarter pole. And I think this is a good horse that kicks her down, Golden Vision, Mike.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, Dan, because that certainly could be true, that she just gets beat by a better horse. Again, this is another race where I just think this is a really bad loss. It was a 4-horse field. She sat right up there in a perfect trip under a really confident ride. Golden Vision, who may turn out to be okay, was the longest shot on the board in there, and just ran this horse down with really little trouble. I mean, what was her excuse not to win that race? I didn't see it. Coming back to turf, maybe it just won't matter yet. Maybe she's just too good for these horses and will win despite everything. But I think her last 2 races are bad.
But there are questions, and it goes back to her final race in the fall of 2020. Is she the same mare that was doing such great work in 2019 and in the summer and early fall of 2020? Fact-checking completes this lineup. Fact-checking 3rd last time out behind Spanish Ballerina, the race we saw you that Betwixing ran. She's okay. She's solid. She's the kind of mare to me that might be more of a minor award getter.
Yeah, I mean, I respect that she's consistent and just sort of shows up and runs the same race every time, but she's been beaten by several of these horses already, and there aren't a lot of excuses you're going to find for her.
Top pick time for the Zadracarta Stakes. Had a tough time with this race. I think that Summer Sunday might trip out. I'm a little concerned the 5/8 might be sharp, but I think that she's going to be sitting 2nd. I just don't know if she's fast enough to take the lead away from Spanish Ballerina. If she does go and there's a big duel, it sets things up for your horse at a monster price.
I'm just hoping that it works out that way, Dan. I looked at this race, to be perfectly honest, a lot longer than I cared to look at it. I feel like the 2 favorites, I guess they make sense. Summer Sunday to me is probably the right horse. I just don't like her recent races. I wanted somebody else. And the more I looked at it, the more I just thought Sterling Speed could get the right trip in here. Going to be a great price. I think she's maybe a little dirtied up off of that last one where she ran better than it looks. I'll take a shot.
5867 for Mike, 8213 for me. It's the Friday race of the day, the Zadracarta at Woodbine. Good luck.